So, what are some problems that will happen in the long term when you ignore your mental health?
Well, certainly, if you ignore your mental health, it just get worse and worse and worse. You know, I've talked to the clients that I see about how important it is not to internalize things, not to just keep everything all bottled up inside. Because if you keep everything all bottled up inside, one day it's going to erupt. Okay. Whereas if you are more willing to kind of look at, what's causing you the distress. Is it because, am I distressed because I didn't prepare as well as I should have for an exam? Or what you should do in that case is to give yourself a little bit more time the next time to prepare for the exam. But if you continue to ignore mental illness, be it anxiety or be it depression, it just gets worse and worse and worse, so much to the fact that you're depressed that you may in fact start to have suicidal thoughts. Okay? So it's important to try and develop coping strategies very early on so that you don't let your mental illness, whatever it may be, go untreated and get worse.
Thank you. Okay. So let's see. What are some tips on handling stress as a young adult in school and in life in general? Like you mentioned a lot about with anxiety, meditation, calming down, and with like studying and preparing for things, like understanding yourself. What are like some other tips, I guess?
Yeah, for sure. Strategies, in terms of trying to handle anxiety and mental illness in general, include just really trying to be organized in a way, trying to be organized so that you don't end up having a lot of anxiety about doing things well. Giving yourself a break. Sometimes you're not going to always make straight A's, okay? But if you try and plan things out so that you have enough time to take care of the things that you need to take care of, then I think that's really important. The other thing that I always emphasize is how important paying attention to the whole person is. So I mentioned meditation, and I also think that exercise is important. And I really encourage my clients to have a healthy lifestyle in terms of trying to eat healthy foods, okay, that's going to feed your body. Also setting aside time to go out and exercise could be walking around. But while you're out exercising, hopefully you're allowing yourself to enjoy that you're exercising. You're allowing yourself to enjoy feeling the warmth of the sun on your face or listening to the birds as they chirp. So being able to look at the whole person and, just having a lifestyle that really promotes health, I think is really important.
Thank you. How can I help or support / talk to my friend when they're going through mental health issues?
Well, certainly being there for your friends is really important. Trying to have a listening ear, and offer suggestions that you think might be helpful. Depending upon the severity of the problem that they're going through, you might want to suggest that they talk to an adult. Okay, and especially if they're saying, well, Imani, I just feel so bad, I don't want to be here. That's very serious. So in that case, I would urge you to take your friend and talk to an adult that you both can trust. But being there, having a listening ear, and when you feel like things aren't getting better, encouraging your friend, even taking your friend, going with your friend to talk to an adult is really important.
Thank you. Okay, how should you go about asking your parents to see a therapist, especially when you think your parents don't think you need to see a therapist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really interesting that you asked me that because I have a young lady who I've been treating who is a senior, and she's a senior, and her mom, doesn't believe that there's anything wrong with her, and she's depressed. So her mom brought her in for a couple of sessions, and since that time, the young lady has been in communication with me via email saying, trying to do some of the strategies that I talked about, and saying, I've been trying to get my mom to bring me in and schedule an appointment, and she won't. So what we've done is to get her grandmother on board. She has a very close relationship with her grandmother, and she's been able to talk to her grandmother, who in turn talked to the young lady's mother, and they were able to get her back in therapy. But just going to them saying, Mom or Dad, I've just been feeling really sad lately. I've tried everything that I tried in the past just isn't working. I'd like to talk to somebody. And, sure, I know you guys are available to me. You always say I can come talk to you about anything, but I just want to talk to somebody who doesn't know me so that I can tell them what's going on and they can be more objective.